Yeah, it was interesting forming the group Sphere because it was first of all it was a cooperative group. There was no leader. There was no leader, but it was myself and Ben Riley and Charlie Rouse and Buster Williams, and Buster and Ben and myself had been working as a trio for a lot of times, yeah, for a while, and we would also function as a rhythm section for different guys who would come into town, like Eddie Harris or Lockjaw Davis and Harry Sweet Edison. We would be their rhythm section. So we said, maybe we should just get a horn player and be a quartet, And I think it was Ben who suggested Charlie Rouse. Ben Riley suggested Charlie Rouse, and he said, "Yeah, I just heard Charlie Rouse not too long ago. He sounds great." So we set up a gig. I forget the name of this place. It was called Paulson's on 72nd Street in New York. So we set it up, and Charlie came, and we made the gig, and it was like a glove, fit like a glove. It was perfect, So we decided we would do a record. We would produce a record, and we talked to, well, first of all, we wanted to get management, so we talked to, who was it? It was
Whittemore, maybe?
No. I think Whittemore was off the scene.
Willard?
No, we talked to Maxine Gregg. I forget the name of the company that she had at the time. And she agreed, and then we decided, well, we need to do a record. So we decided we would pay for it ourselves. That's number one. We were going to pay for it ourselves, which we did. And we decided we wanted the best possible sound. So we rented Rudy Van Gelder's. And we decided we wanted our first record. Since then we had two people in the band who had played with Monk, we decided that we wanted our first project to be all of Monk's music. Because we knew at the time he was ill, and he wouldn't. The story was he wouldn't get out of bed, and he was staying with the Baroness in Weehawken, New Jersey. So our thinking was, well, maybe if he heard this music, it might inspire him to, But as luck would have it, we went over to Rudy's and we recorded. It took us like maybe 5 hours to do one album, And one of the things we wanted to do, so before we did that, we had a meeting, set up a meeting with Nellie Monk and with Monk's son too, to make sure everything was okay, and we got their blessings. So we went to the studio, like I said, about 5-6 hours, and then we were done. And I was driving Buster back home from Rudy's, and we turned on the jazz station, WBGO, and they announced, as we were recording his music, Monk had passed away that very day, So somehow or other that became to mean that we were a Monk tribute band, which we were not, but Monk's music was always a part of the repertoire, But it was a great band because, again, it was leaderless. So somebody took responsibility for this and somebody took responsibility for that. Everybody knew what everybody made financially, So it was a great experience. I loved it, and everybody brought in music or made musical contributions to the band, And we had, towards the end, we were just starting to make some inroads, so to speak. We had some tours in California, and then of course Charlie Rouse died. So for 15 years, we'd travel after Rouse died, and people would always ask us, what about Sphere? We think that band will ever get back together? And it's, I don't know. Rouse is gone. So eventually, after about 15 years. We talked among ourselves. Well, Buster and Ben and I talked. What do you think? Think we should do it? Well, yeah, who will we get? Gary Bartz. And one of the reasons we decided on Gary is he played a different instrument. He played alto and soprano, so it would be different colors, So it's the same thing. We put our money together and we did a record, And it came out, it was for Verve. Recorded for Verve, And we worked a little bit, but then everybody got because by that time everybody had their own projects. They were doing this, and Gary had a band, and Buster was doing different projects. So it was very difficult to get schedules together then, so the band kind of fell by the wayside, unfortunately, which happens sometimes. Tell me when.
You're ready.
Okay.
You're ready.
Kenny Barron.